Once upon a time, in a small Italian town, there lived an old and lonely carpenter named Geppetto. Geppetto made furniture and did repairs in his small workshop. But something was always missing. Loneliness surrounded his heart. One day, while Geppetto was working in his workshop, an idea came to his mind. Why not make a puppet for himself? This puppet could relieve his loneliness a little. He immediately set to work. He chose the most beautiful and solid wood in his workshop. He began to carve the wood meticulously and lovingly. He worked for days and hours. He meticulously crafted every detail. Finally, when his puppet was complete, he looked at it and smiled. The puppet's name was Pinocchio. Pinocchio was just like Geppetto's dream son. He had a cute face, big eyes, and a funny nose. When Geppetto finished Pinocchio, he took him in his arms and sighed, "I wish I had a real son." That night, Geppetto's wish reached the sky. The blue fairy heard the old carpenter's sincere wish. She came silently into the workshop, bent over Pinocchio with her shining wings, and waved her magic wand. In an instant, Pinocchio came to life. The puppet opened his eyes and looked around in amazement. Geppetto couldn't believe his eyes. "Pinocchio, you're alive! You're really alive!" he cried. Tears of joy rolled down his cheeks. The blue fairy turned to Geppetto and said, "Pinocchio is now a living puppet. However, in order for him to become a real boy, he must be brave, honest, and self-sacrificing. That's in your hands, Geppetto. Raise him with love and show him the right way," and disappeared. Geppetto hugged Pinocchio and said, "I will teach you everything, my son. We will have many wonderful days together." Pinocchio hugged Geppetto and called out, "Father!" Thus began the adventurous, loving story of Geppetto and Pinocchio. When Pinocchio first started life as a living puppet, everything was new and exciting. During his first days in Geppetto's workshop, Geppetto tried to teach him to go to school and read books. But Pinocchio, with his inherent curiosity, wanted to explore a world outside of school. One day, he crossed the town's borders and saw the circus tents. This place, where colourful lights shone and music rose, fascinated him. He entered the tent with curiosity and suddenly found himself among acrobats and clowns. He felt like one of them and jumped on stage immediately. The amazed audience was amazed by Pinocchio's acrobatic skills and humorous nature. When Geppetto realized that Pinocchio was missing, he searched the town with great concern. Finally, he found him at the circus. He hugged Pinocchio and asked, "My son, I was so worried about you. Why didn't you go to school?" Pinocchio said sadly, "Dad, I was so worried and the circus was so much fun. I'm sorry, I won't do it again." Geppetto hugged Pinocchio gently and said, "I love you, my son, but we must do what is right together. School is important and will help you with your education." Pinocchio bowed his head and said, "I understand, Father. I promise again that I will be a good boy." After this incident, Pinocchio really started to be more careful. However, his curiosity and adventurous nature continued to lead him to new adventures from time to time, and Geppetto continued to show him the right path and guide him with love each time. One day, Master Geppetto gives Pinocchio a bag and a book and sends him to school. However, on the way, Pinocchio meets a sly fox and his greedy friend, the cat. The fox and the cat notice the money in Pinocchio's pockets and decide to trick him. The fox tells Pinocchio about a place called the Magic Money Field. He says that when money is planted in this field, more money will come out. Pinocchio follows them with dreams of great wealth. The fox and the cat take Pinocchio to the Field of Miracles. There, Pinocchio buries his coins in the ground, as the fox suggested, and begins to wait until morning. However, while Pinocchio is sleeping, the fox and the cat return and steal the coins. When Pinocchio wakes up in the morning, he sees that his coins are gone and realizes that he has been deceived. He returns home in great sorrow. On the way, the blue fairy finds Pinocchio and reminds him that he should not lie. However, Pinocchio's nose grows as he tries to hide the truth. The blue fairy reminds Pinocchio that lying is not right, and that it is important to have an honest heart. Pinocchio realizes his mistake and vows to never lie again. Finally, Pinocchio returns home and tells Master Geppetto everything. Geppetto hugs Pinocchio and shows his love for him. Pinocchio learns that the fox and the cat tried to trick him and that he has learned a lot from what happened to him. Now he knows that being a real child is only possible with honesty and love. Blue Fairy sees Pinocchio's transformation and turns him into a real boy. Pinocchio finally achieves his big dream and lives a happy life with Master Geppetto.